Hey Capricorn, welcome to the Jezebel Way Tarot. I'm going to do your first half March 11 separation spread. I wanted to say thank you for the 9,000 views for last month's 11 separation. You guys are super. Cross watchers, come on in. Let's see if we can get Capricorn a good read. Got the Rebel deck out, okay? Just a warning, y'all. Oh boy. Capricorn. You think someone's lying. They are. Okay, well, we'll see about that. Let's just get on in the read. You know, this deck's a little bit off anyway, right? Okay, so let's get some cards on it. I'm looking for some new decks, Oracle decks and new regular card decks. If you guys have any suggestions about decks you like or decks you'd like to see on the channel, give me a shout out about that. You know, I like to use new decks all the time too. So if you have a deck you'd like to see or you have a deck that you think would be good, holler at me, let me know. I had an equal give and take with money, okay, pop out. So there may be some monetary issues within a relationship that need lined out. You're trying to make a decision whether or not to go into solid committed relationship. Your decision is because I think you don't feel as though, Capricorn, you can fully trust this person, okay? So tap into your intuition. Actions speak louder than words, okay? So if their actions are lining up, you know. Let's see what's going on with your lover. Okay, right out of the bat, we got a whole bunch of stuff trying to pop out over here. Okay, so we have equal give and take with money. There's some issue with money that's not exactly good, I think. We have Eight of Wands, communication about solid committed relationship, marriage perhaps. I think there's been some talk about marriage, like, for example, you know, if it's money or whatever, but maybe there's been talk about, well, how can I marry you if blah, blah, blah? You know, if you're already doing this now, then how can I marry you? Whatever it is, I think there may be a little bit of deception about money. So Capricorn, you may have decided, or your partner may have decided to put the brakes on the marriage talk a little bit. Maybe their idea is happy family, okay? I think they want that. But you having some trust issues over here, and I think it has to do with money. So let's see what the money issue is. Okay, somebody is, which I'm not saying this is you, Capricorn, but somebody is, and these energies are reversible. Okay, so if this is your partner and not you, or if this is you and not your partner, switch it around however you need to. Somebody's free-wheeling with money. You know, somebody's a good time guy, right? So maybe somebody's not so good at saving money or budgeting money or spending money, and maybe that's become an issue. Maybe your partner's not good at that, okay? And maybe that's become an issue. They're a free spender, you know, and they don't think about, hey, the electric bill's due tomorrow or whatever the situation is. And that's kind of, you know, made a problem here in this situation. So I think that's kind of what is happening here. There's issues with arguments about money, or maybe there may be arguments because the King of Wands is the hit it and quit it. Okay, so maybe there's issues about fidelity, okay? You're not sure if this person is in for the long run, you know? Is their attention going to be able to be held for a long time? Are they committed? Are they down for it? You may wonder where their loyalty lies a little bit. So, or that's your partner saying that to you. But let's see what's going on with you, Capricorn. Yeah, there may be some communication that's not so good in the relationship. Somebody's trying to be very patient with the communication. I think you are, Capricorn. Try to be patient with the communication, because I think you got somebody here, Capricorn, who is maybe a little princess, okay? And you're trying to do everything you can to make them happy, okay? But it's like it's never enough. But it could just be that your communication between the two of you is not very good. Somebody's trying to have the strength to communicate well, or they're trying to have patience with somebody who has communication issues. So let's see what your blocks are. Let's see what your partner's blocks are. Yeah, there's some conflict here in this situation. I think that's your partner's blocks. Oh, now we have King and Queen of Wands. So maybe this is a sexual issue in which you guys don't, you're equally yoked here, but maybe somebody's not given everything that they should be in the bedroom. Or maybe the forward movement is an issue. There's conflict in moving forward in this situation. I think that this has to do with previous situations maybe your partner, Capricorn, has gotten themselves into that are coming back to bite them in the ass. So maybe that's an issue here. Let's see what your blocks are. Maybe you've had to bail them out financially and you're tired of doing that because they can't, you know, spend their money appropriately or whatever. Capricorn, children, balance, betrayal, and being single. So there may be issues with children, how to rear children in this relationship. Maybe that's a problem. Or maybe, Capricorn, you think this new beginning's a little bit out of balance and you're ready to move on to something else. I think that this is really about money. I think what you're thinking about here is, well, you know what? When I was single, I had plenty of money. You know, I had money to do whatever I wanted to do and pay my bills, and you're kind of wondering, where's your money gone? Maybe that's part of the problem, but I think there is an issue with children and balance, and also maybe passion. So let's see what the blocks between the two of you are. Okay, so somebody's being defensive because of the lack of money and the lack of coming together in relationship. So somebody's kind of holding back their offer. They're holding back the offer. You could be dealing with Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I've got Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I have Pisces. Of course, we have the fire signs here. And of course, Capricorn, you're here. So there are fights. There's defensiveness about the lack of money or the lack of whatever in this situation. Maybe lack of balance, maybe lack of sex, whatever. And so somebody feels like maybe they're holding back from the commitment in the relationship, or they're holding back from moving forward in the commitment in the relationship because, you know, there's just trust. There's trust issues in moving forward with money and things. So let's see how your partner feels about you, Capricorn. Okay, they're standing their ground, defensive about an offer of marriage or giving an offer of marriage. It looks like, Capricorn, they want balance in this situation. So how they feel about you is that you're defensive about money in order to gain balance. You may be saying, you know what, we can't buy that bag because we have to figure out how we're going to pay the mortgage this month, and that's a $3,000 bag, and our mortgage is $3,000. Or maybe it's they're defensive because an offer hasn't been brought to the table, and they want balance. They want that to balance out, but they see you as being balanced and defensive about money. Somebody could be pregnant. Okay, there could be defensiveness about that. But the King of Pentacles, Capricorn, you're in the reverse. So they see you as being abundant, but not being grounded about that abundance. So if that's for you, that's for you. If it's for your partner, switch it. But that's how they see. There's a lot of, they don't see you being grounded right now about committing to this relationship. I think that they're wanting to be wife energy or husband energy, and they're not getting that from you because you already have these issues going on. A marriage certificate isn't going to fix that, right? So you got to kind of, maybe you need to bring that to their attention. So you guys are juggling money, and you're trying to figure out a way out of this. You may be having to travel for work, okay? Or you may be ready to, just to go on to something else. There is a little bit of energy about going solo, okay? They may be worried that you're going to leave or go solo. Again, there's something with sex. Something with sex and new beginnings in love. So let's see what a potential final outcome is. Yeah, new love here. Moving forward in relationship. That's good. Conversation, not so good. Somebody, again, is pouting. And they need to be, their conversation is kind of like, you might be getting the silent treatment, They might not be talking to you until you give them what they want. They may be withholding sex from you until you give them what they want. Look, do we have time for that? No. So anyway, it looks like you're going to be moving forward, but there's going to be tower moments still within the home about the forward movement, okay? You guys are going to be arguing about things in the home not going well. Capricorn, you're trying to hold on to your money because you're worried how you're going to pay the bills. And your partner thinks that you're becoming a little bit wishy-washy with choices and that you might need a break. There are burdens with children, and children in the home. Again, toxicity, moving away from the toxicity. You feel like you can't trust them. Again, we got Seven of Swords energy. You feel like they're rejecting you, and you're trying to keep everything going, right? But at the end of the day, I think there may be a little bit of self-medication happening. Somebody's like, fuck it, I'm just going to have a drink. And that cycle's coming to a close, okay? But here's the deal. You're going to have to be logical about this situation and take the bull by the horns. You're going to have to quit not communicating and shutting down. You're going to have to start opening up your mouth and talking to them. They're confused. They think maybe you're losing interest in the relationship, but really you're losing interest in the fact that they can't hold on to money. And they're fearful that you're going to walk away. When you guys work this out, what you need to do is sit down and make a budget. Okay, that's what it sounds like to me. Or maybe this person need to get a second job if they want a $3,000 handbag. You're going to be coming back into a relationship. You're going to be solidifying the relationship. The money's going to be good. You guys need to work on your money issues. Forward movement. Okay, Knight and Ace of Swords. So it's looking good, okay? But you're with somebody who's taking advantage of your sense of being able to make money or the ability to save money or your monetary assets or whatever, okay? You're going to have to put that person on a budget because I think they spend money like water. Okay, so let's get some oracles on it and see what they have to say. Maybe you just need to work some things out, Use your skill set. Some of you are good at one thing, others of you are good at something else. When you come together in relationship, you bring those together to make a whole thing, right? So let's see what your partner has to say to you, Capricorn. I don't know if I can meet your expectations. I think that's what you're saying to your partner, actually. I'm not the same person that you remember. Not sure that has anything to tie into that, but please don't take what happened personally. It's me, it's not you. Or it's you, it's not me. Whatever, whichever way. It's not you, it's me. I think your person is saying, look, I can be responsible with money. I think you're going to have to hold them to it, though. And they don't know if they can meet your expectations as far as saving goes, you know. Poor kids learn one thing, rich kids learn something else, right? So it may be a matter of a cultural issue here in their environment growing up that, you know, you may need to show them how to do things. It's not the same person. I'm not the same person you remember. So maybe you knew this person in the past, okay, and maybe there was some issues with, you know, irresponsibility or whatever, but we all grow up, okay? And we all have kids or we all have bills we have to pay. So you either grow up or you live in a motel. So please don't take what happened personally. It's not you, it's me. I think that's the problem here, is that they don't know how to work with money, and they may not be able to communicate very well either. So I think it's just a few adjustments you may have to make with them. So let's talk about what their next move is. Divine Masculine deck by Flames of Alchemy. This is a really good deck. Right on the bottom, we have indecision. You're having a lot of indecision because you're not sure if you can trust this person moving forward. There are issues with being a service to one another, like contributing to one another, serving one another. That's the problem here. Your partner definitely sees you as a lifelong partner, a very energy that you're very connected. And they want to take off this relationship, but you're having to discern whether or not you're ready for marriage, because right now you're already arguing about money. So it's not going to change just because you get married, right? So let's get some cards, love cards on it, and see what they have to say. Spend some quality time together, okay? So I think what this is saying is take a break, okay, from the financial issues, okay? Go spend some time together. It doesn't have to be expensive. And get to know each other again and remember why you're in the relationship together, okay? It's important that we spend quality time with those we are in significant relationships with, listening and talking to each other. And this is a 10. So I think these cycles are going to be coming to a close, okay? But I do think you need to take breaks every now and again from the money issues and just go sit in the park together or whatever it is that you want to do. And just remember, reconnect to one another, because, you know, we get bogged down in the 3D stuff of bills and kids and money and jobs and, you know, whatever, right? Cleaning the house, doing the laundry. And we forget sometimes that, you know, why we were there to begin with. And if you let it go for too long, it becomes resentful and you forget. So anyway, take some time with one another and remember what you're doing there in the first place, right? Or what have you. Be bold and make the first move, Capricorn. You may have to say, hey, let's go, you know, let's get away from this for a little while. Or you may have to say, you know what, let's make a budget, okay? Or let's see about our money, because we're kind of being irresponsible with our money. You know, don't lay the blame totally on them. Just try to find proactive things to do about it. The energy is gaining momentum. So this is becoming more and more and more, because the problem still exists. And as time goes on, the problem becomes greater. So take the time right now and solve it. Emotions are running high because your partner's upset because you won't commit to them. And I think your drawback, I mean, I'm not talking about committing as far as, okay, you're already in relationship, you're already together, but like marriage and things like that. They're upset about that, but what they don't understand is you're looking at the longevity of this situation and you're afraid that you're always going to be broke and you're always going to have to be throwing money at them, you know? So, anyway, that's what I have for you, Capricorn, and I'll be back for second half.